So it was quite some time back when I heard this story that there was a caravan of camels which was traveling in the desert. And when they were to start their journey, the way it happens is when the camels have to start walking in the desert, they have to be tied one after the other with a rope. So kind of they form a chain, and then in that chain they walk. So in this particular caravan, what happened was when they reached the last camel, the rope just finished, and so it could not be tied. The problem with the camels is that if they are not tied, since they are habituated to that, they will not start walking with the caravan. So the people were very worried as to what to do. After thinking for some time and applying all the methods they knew, to cajole the camel to get up, to scold him a little and nudge him a little, nothing worked. And then one of the youngsters, he went to the oldest guy in the group, and he asked him, what can we do to, make this camel get up and start walking with us? He said, you tie him with a rope. So they said, but there is no rope. That's the whole problem. He said, no problem. You just go to him and you tie him up as if you are tying a rope onto him. So they found this whole idea to be very funny, but still they decided to do it. So they went and they did the whole act of tying the camel. And to everybody's surprise, the camel got up. And the camel got up and it started walking. It walked the whole day in the desert, thinking that he's tied with a rope. Then in the evening, the whole routine is that the camels have to be opened from that rope, and then they sit down, they rest for the night, and in the morning they start walking again. So the people opened all the ropes which were tied onto the camels, and the camels one by one they started sitting. When it came to the last camel, since there was no rope tied to him, they just told him to sit down, but he wouldn't sit. Now the problem is, if he doesn't sit, then how does he rest? If he doesn't rest, how does he start walking the next day? So these people, they again went to the oldest guy and they said, the camel is not sitting. He said, but you opened him, no? They said, but there was no rope, so we didn't tie him. So what do you open him with? He said, you just do the act of opening him. They said, all right. So they went and they did the act of opening the rope, untying the rope. And the camel sat down. Now this camel, what was he tied to? Who tied him up? Who opened him? And that led me to think, who ties us up? Why do we tie ourselves up? Who needs to open us? And then I realized that we all have tied ourselves. And only we can open ourselves from ourselves. There is no other way. And if you have to have a beautiful journey, then this untying has to happen. You have to feel, you have to experience that freedom which comes from untying the knot. I took this step of untying my knot some time back, and the whole game changed. I hope that you also take that first step of untying your own knot, because it is we who have tied ourselves up, and it is we who have to open ourselves up. And from whom? From our own selves.